Now, South Africans are allowed to move around the country for leisure. This morning, we'll check out if people are flying to different provinces under the new normal. eNCA reporter Heidi Giokos is at OR Tambo International Airport. Now, Heidi, earlier you said that there was a huge difference with more people actually making their way to the airport. Have you gotten a chance to speak to any of them about whether or not they're afraid of COVID-19?
Sure, Masako, we definitely did get a chance to speak to some people, with many saying they are still very cautious when it comes to traveling. But as you can see, people are still coming in their numbers. I must say that not being at the airport for almost 5 months, it's definitely more quieter. But when we were last here in June, there's definitely an uptick. People are definitely traveling a lot more, and many people are also wanting to go back to their provinces, visit their families, and it's been a long 5 months for them, and now that traveling for leisure purposes under level 2 is allowed, people are taking this opportunity to perhaps go back home or have a quick holiday because they've not been able to do so for almost 5 months. So as you can see behind me, people are really coming in, and lots of people have lots of luggage, so that just shows they might be staying a little bit longer in their provinces that they are traveling to. Also, people are sanitizing. There are measures in place. OR Tambo has ensured that they've put enough measures. You aren't allowed to enter the airport without a mask, and they do all the checks, and you have to fill out a port health form before you get into the airport.
I was actually going to ask you, Heidi, if you've seen any difference in how the airport is operating now compared to before the lockdown. Do we know anything about once the passengers have boarded the planes, what happens in there? What's going to be different there?
Yes, so we do understand that there is an air filter called HEPA, and actually that air filter is said to kill the coronavirus, according to Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula. It's a very strong air filter that kills any kind of virus in the air, but we do know there are measures in place before you board, in the airports, all around, strict social distancing, sanitizing, mask wearing, temperature checking, and also making sure that passengers touch as little as possible. So passengers are advised to obviously check in before they get here. But we do know specifically with Fly South Air, they've actually have an option for passengers to book the seat next to them at a lower price, so they don't have somebody sitting next to them. But that's not with all airlines. It's only with Fly South Air that we know. But they're trying as much as possible to assure passengers that it is safe. When we were speaking to the general manager of OR Tambo earlier, she was telling us that it's actually very safe in the aircraft because of the filters that are used, and they try as much as possible to limit their interaction with people, which many are afraid when it comes to COVID-19.